Bonjour la société. Good afternoon and welcome. I am Dr. Petrouchka Moïse, co-lead to the Haitian Arts Digital Crossroads. I would like to start off by thanking the Des Moines Arts Center's leadership and staff for putting together this beautiful exhibition and symposium and for giving me the opportunity to present on the work that I have been entrusted with. I would also like to thank my colleagues, Dr. Freda Rivera and Mr. Sean Page, for preparing the path for me to discuss what it means to be Kreyol in the court. In coming together, we welcome the memories of our ancestors, the folklores and beliefs of the Haitian people, the appreciation of art, and hopefully the love of a good story. In our Haitian culture, when we meet in the intersection of discourse and discussion, we welcome each other with a call and response that not only opens the space for all of us to fellowship, but also invites the ancestors to participate in the conversation. So when I say honneur, I ask everyone to say respect. Honneur, honneur. Okay. Now, I've only been given 30 minutes to talk about the HADC project, a concept that took 50 years to incubate and 5 years to birth. This has been a labor of love in which each painting, sculpture, and drapeau, which is a voodoo flag, or a flag, helps me to discover and decode my Haitian identity while living in the American context. For me, growing up in exile in the United States meant not being able to connect with this American place. And I couldn't go back to the Haitian existence of my grandparents and great-grandparents, or the legacy which I was born. This project has given me a roadmap to live between these two worlds in which I exist, and I'm very honored. I remember when I was in school, I was a Black girl of Haitian origin with a Russian name, who spoke only English during school hours, whose mother tongue was French, and whose traumatized parents made me the steward of their memories, of the life they had to leave behind. But growing up, I never saw myself or my culture reflected outside of the homes my parents threaded together to create community. Now, every good story starts off with a cautionary tale. The story of my family in Haiti nurtured my imagination, my creativity, and contributes to how I choose to carry our truth, our hopes and goals, and share our experiences. My goal this afternoon is that everyone learns the importance of the Lakou, the Kreyol word for communal space, and the kombit, the word for collective works, in building awareness and preserving visual culture. This was the lesson that I brought with me when I arrived in Iowa 5 years ago during the pandemic. I believe that the ancestors prepared me for this moment because of the events prior to coming to Iowa. Before calling myself an assistant professor, and at most times the reluctant librarian, the title that I've thought best fit me was Disaster Queen. Souffrance partagée, a shared suffering, was a reoccurring theme for my line of work prior to academia. Throughout my 20 years in governmental leadership, I worked with communities affected by natural and man-made disasters, fragmented by trauma of loss, displacement, and broken promises. Unfortunately, I experienced two major catastrophes in the spaces that I loved and called home, Louisiana and Haiti. But I also served in the recovery and the ongoing restoration from Hurricane Katrina in 2005 and the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. After Hurricane Katrina, more than 75% of South Louisiana residents were displaced and homeless. The arts served as a reminder to states, local, and cultural leaders that the restoration of the visual legacy of New Orleans and its surrounding parishes needed to be in the forefront of the rebuild. Louisiana artists like Terrence Osborne and David Bates were beacons, guiding us back to normalcy. Their works not only captured how the levee water drowned the material culture of our memories, but also illustrated the hope we exercise to never let this happen again. The 2010 earthquake, referred to as the Gudu Gudu, was a catastrophic magnitude 7.0 earthquake that struck Haiti on January 12, 2010. The Gudu Gudu directly affected approximately 3 million people. This included over 1 million people who were left homeless in the immediate aftermath. Acclaimed novelist Edwidge Danticat shared in the film Out of Chaos that she witnessed how art was the means in which people made to live in tent cities expressed and processed the traumatic experience that they were living in. We see here through the works of Patrice Piard and Berthelus Mirbel how the buildings and the debris are shown wrapped around the bodies of those in the street. It also weaved a narrative of resilience that united Haitians across the diaspora. These two events became the catalyst for my approach in designing the HADC project and the way we need to discuss the narratives of communities that exist on the fringe of the Western canon. In Latin America, the Caribbean, or wherever we are, as Blacks, Indigenous people, and people of color, much of the Haitian narrative is not included with our works of art. Since the pandemic, museums have turned to technology to create spaces where we can show our complexity and the layers that make up who we are at the different intersects. To go beyond the existing narratives of Haitian art, in 2019, Dr. Rivera in his Caribbean art class researched and created this map, which illustrates the existence of Haitian art across the Americas. As a public institution, the WCA at the time had the largest collection of Haitian art in the world. Sunwood Art got wind of us and they stepped up their game. It was larger than Sunwood Arts in Haiti. The HADC project was conceived between Grinnell College and the Waterloo Center for the Arts. The initial idea was to have the WCA Haitian art collection digitized, cataloged, and shared with other institutions and scholars in order to give it more exposure and develop conversations about Haitian art and culture. In 2020, I was brought on as a co-lead through a grant from the Council on Library and Information Resources and the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. With my experience in disaster recovery and project management, I treated the collection as a displaced community of objects. What made this collection unique is that it was not gathered to represent the needs of a Haitian community. However, in recognizing its current efforts, the Waterloo had created different approaches, thematic exhibitions to showcase, learn about, and raise awareness of Haitian art in a population that is predominantly white. With minorities making up only 3% of the Iowan population and with less than 500 Haitian residents at that time, these BIPOC communities were not connected or had any direct interaction with the collection. In order for this collection to have sustainability in the digital space, we needed to go beyond provenance. And when we speak of provenance in the Western canon, we consider what I call the tombstone or the one-piece label which brings about its own politics. When it comes to information on Haitian art, most museums or libraries do not have the proper data because 9 times out of 10, that information was not passed down to the buyer or the collector. The HADC methodology gives importance to the artist and the experience, the communities and the history that shapes the narrative of the work as opposed to the donor. I would like for the audience to consider that Haitian art is so challenging, incomplete, and misrepresented because who we are, the experience that shapes us, and our narratives is stripped to accommodate these 5 lines of information made to fit on a placard. By going beyond provenance of who owns the piece, I ask, who is the piece? As a culturalist and scholar focused on Haiti, I felt it was my responsibility and my duty to put back the lines of data and the narrative that we have eliminated over time to standardize collection building processes. A second major focus was how to incorporate the native language of Haiti, Haitian Kreyol. There are actually 4 languages spoken amongst Haitians. Language plays a major role in understanding and interpreting the works of Haitian art. A key goal of this project was to create a thesaurus to differentiate different art practices and materials. We hope to broaden the understanding of the art of Haitian artists and provide standards for considering diverse art forms emerging from Haiti. We see that the thesaurus as a necessary guide that draws knowledge on the art from Kreyol, recognizing our native language's adaptability and fluidity and the use within Haitian art communities. This is an example of how the Haitian language opens up a discussion. In English, all of these pieces would be labeled as metalwork. But in Haitian Kreyol, they are all different because they discuss different techniques. To the far left is fait découpage, where we're cutting out negative space from the metal. And the next in the center is fait forger, which is considered traditional blacksmithing. And then the one to the far right is fait assembler, is where the artist is forming the metal around. And all of these are handmade pieces. I believe that information is like stone soup, and we need a proper bowl to capture everyone's contribution to the narrative. In my research, I identified 128 fields of information that would account for the archival silencing and begin to fill the cultural gaps. To go beyond provenance, we built a process that allowed for spaces where the Haitian experience would fill the silence and dispel the absence, where non-negotiable narratives could be discussed in negotiable spaces, and building digital presence across artists, communities, and geographies that artists, scholars, and curators could use to reference their own artistic traditions. Through the HADC website, the project provided access and a comprehensive account of its growth and development. The site showcases digitization and cataloging processes, and it shares how emerging scholars like our students are developing new narratives and providing sections for visitors to engage with the research. As the first Haitian expert with this initiative, I am honored, but we would say in Kreyol, it's also a shy, a burden, a weight. I want to take full responsibility and care for the work that I am doing. There's a proverb in Haitian Kreyol that says, "Un pile main fait chai passer l'eau." Many hands lighten the load. I need to say that again in Kreyol, and I don't want to lose my Kreyol card. Un pile main fait chai pas l'eau. I knew that I could not be the only voice to contribute to the Haitian cultural narrative. I not only had to decolonize the way we collected art, I needed to make sure that we had decolonized the way that we think about the design and the engagement with art. To comprehend Haitian visual art is by utilizing Haitian cultural and voodoo principles, and by using the Haitian concept of kombit, collective work. In the American academic systems, we are taught to speak, think, and process in a linear formation where the outcome is concluded by a single answer. However, this is not how the Haitian culture engages. When we converse, we paint a picture to fill a frame. In conversation, we talk about the past, present, and future all at the same time. The people in the background are just as important as the people in the foreground. We exist in intergenerational and interdisciplinary spaces. This led to the design of the Digital Lakou, a crowdsourcing sandbox for participants to contribute to the visual analysis of Haitian art through interdisciplinary and intergenerational exchange. I didn't want users to come to the platform looking for a singular answer. I wanted them to come to the platform, create surveys, and develop discussions. Therefore, the architectural design of dwelling and voodoo peristyle, a voodoo temple, through the architectural design of a dwelling or a voodoo temple, I was able to correlate the same relations in data design. In September of 2023, 31 Haitian art and cultural specialists gathered in Iowa for a 3-day workshop to discuss the narrative of Haitian art collections within digital space. Guests from across the United States, Canada, and Haiti joined the HADC team and several Grinnell faculty members and the WCA staff to consider the impact of digital promotion, curation, and preservation in Haitian art history. Through interactive dialogue, components that aided in creating a digital Lakou were designed. We looked at the best practices, the historiography, accessibility, sustainability, and equity to identify and consider. In the fall of 2024, we launched the Digital Lakou as a digital commons space that allowed participants to come together and engage in crowdsourcing activities that helped develop a dialogue around image description and data tagging. We take into account participants' conversations and contributions and identify key terms and phrases that are added to the collection's vocabulary. Through the various iterations of the Digital Lakou model, we were able to crowdsource 900 art terms and phrases to create the basis of the Kreyol thesaurus. For this spring semester, the Digital Lakou focus group processes was implemented at the State University of Haiti in their museum, practice, and digital curation graduate course, taught by Professor Mozart Ferrand with the practicum and capstones led by yours truly. It is also set up as a team project assignment in the undergraduate coursework taught by Professor Peter Hafner at Center College. And we are slated to begin working with the Fralin Museum of Art at the University of Virginia. The Fralin just received a donation of modern Haitian art from the collection of John Fox Sullivan and Beverly Knight Sullivan. The acquisition includes approximately 100 works, including paints, metalworks, assemblage, and drapeaux. The Digital Lakou Talk Series is also a continuation of the Digital Lakou Conference. To complement the effort, the HADC Digital Lakou invited curators and artists to Grinnell College to showcase their work and discuss their relationship and vision of building new narratives for Haitian art and culture and the community in which they reside. This discussion intends to build community and collaboration amongst institutions and individuals working with Haitian art as the Digital Lakou continues to share Haitian art in public and civic spaces. Our first event, Artistic Trust, Developing New Visions and New Narratives, showcased curator Marie Vickles and documentarian artist Whistler Delisfort on their standing 10-year relationship of art and curatorial expression. This lecture was open to the Grinnell College community and all of our HADC local partners. Another ripple from the Digital Lakou is our curatorial collaboration. The Haiti in the Heartlands public outdoor exhibition was curated by the HADC and the WCA, and along with the Haitian Cultural Arts Alliance in Little Haiti, and it is currently on display at the Little Haiti Cultural Arts Center. This installation was also featured in the 2024 Miami Art Basel Guide. At this time, I would like to ask my students to take a stand and be acknowledged for their work that they did in developing the digital curation for the exhibition here at the Des Moines Art Center. Thank you, guys. For the past 3 months, we have been working with the WCA to not only showcase the objects, but also thread the connection of the artist to culture and community. And in celebration of Haitian Heritage Month, the WCA will present Fleuve, Revolution of Freedom and Flow next month, showcasing a collaboration of Grinnell College Museum, Jacob Lawrence Toussaint Louverture Prince, as stated by Dr. Rivera, and the WCA Haitian Art Collection curated by Sean and myself. HADC brings light to the Waterloo Center for the Arts and to many collections of Haitian art across the diaspora. The vision of HADC has evolved not only to serve the WCA, but to serve as a bridge from one institution to the next and a hub for enthusiasts, scholars, artists, researchers, and students. We also strive for HADC to restore cultural memory, inspire best practices, and provide a digital sanctuary for works of Haitian art. My culture will always be central to me. I want to contribute to the works of other Haitian scholars and artists by offering them a space in which they can themselves be reflected. It is very important that this reflection on our history is shown in the right perspective, eliminating the stigmas inflicted on our culture. Intentionally moving in a way that gives us a space to heal our narrative instead of just learning about it. I think the work we're doing now in digital humanities gives us the opportunity to make this knowledge current and contemporary. In conclusion, this pilgrimage in the middle of the cornfields of America has allowed me to resurface the ancestral presence and the agency of my culture. Thank you. Ayi Bobo.